Now, we've got to go here in a minute, but before we do, I do want to ask you something, and I know I mentioned backstage that I wanted to talk to you about this, and if you're okay talking about it, I wanted to ask you about some criticism that you got on Golden Globes night, because you were wearing a Time's Up pin in support of the Time's Up movement, which has been created by many powerful women in Hollywood to say the time is up for the abuse, misuse of women, both sexually and otherwise, not only in Hollywood, but around the country. They've established a fund, a legal defense fund for women and men who are being abused in this way. You got criticized for wearing that. Do you know why? And what do you have a response? Do you have anything you want to say about that criticism?
Well, first I want to say I wore it because I do support it. I was, you know, look, I was so excited to win, but being in that room that night was incredible. I mean, it was powerful, and there were incredible voices, and I support it. I support change. I support 50-50 in 2020, which just means, you know, people that are underrepresented, women and people of color, people in the LGBT community get, you know, positions, leadership positions that they fill all positions that they've been deprived of. I completely believe in that. That's why I wore it. There were some things on Twitter.
Today.
Yeah, I haven't read them. I've heard about them. Okay, first of all, I have no idea what I did to Ali Sheedy. I directed her in a play off Broadway. I had nothing but a great time with her. Total respect for her. I have no idea why she was upset. She took the tweet down. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I can't speak for her. I don't know. The others, look, in my life, I pride myself on taking responsibility for things that I've done. I have to do that to maintain my well-being. I do it whenever I know that there's something wrong or needs to be changed. I make it a point to do it. The things that I heard that were on Twitter are not accurate, but I completely support people coming out and being able to have a voice, because they didn't have a voice for so long. So I don't want to, you know, shut them down in any way. It's I think a good thing, and I support it.
Well, is there something else that you think, some way to have this discussion that isn't in social media? Is there some way to have this conversation that piggybacks on what's happening in social media? Because when accusations happen, because for so long accusations were not believed, when accusations happen that in your case you say that this is not an accurate thing for me, do you have any idea of what the answer might be to come to some sense of what the truth is, so there can be some sort of reconciliation between people who clearly have different views of things? I mean, it's a big question, but I don't know how to leave or to further this discussion.
I mean, like I said, if I can't, the way I live my life, I can't live if there's restitution to be made. I will make it. So if I've done something wrong, I will fix it. I have to. I mean, I think that's how that works. I don't know what else. I don't know what else to do. I mean, as far as the bigger issues, you know, how we do it. I really don't have the answers, and I think the point of this whole thing is that we listen. There were, you know, incredible people talking that night. They had a lot to say, and I'm here to listen and learn and change my perspective where it's off, and I'm completely willing, and I want to.
Well, thank you for taking a moment to talk about it right now. Congratulations again. It's an absolutely beautiful movie. Thank you. James Franco, everybody. The Disaster Artist is in theaters now. We'll be right back. Wow, what a cliffhanger. What's going to happen in the next Late Show video? Click subscribe to find out.